Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys, and today we're going to talk about why hasn't Nissan given us the new GTR. But before I get into the video, guys, please hit the like button. If you're my subscribers, you watch my videos, always hit the like button. It helps me out so much. It helps the YouTube algorithm pick up. And guess what? If it picks me up, I become a bigger channel and do more bigger things. But otherwise than that, guys, let's jump right into it. Alright guys, so just like you, I'm trying to figure out what is Nissan doing. Why is it not a new GTR? So let's just get right into it. Number one, financial issues. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people got arrested. They're not selling enough cars at high volume. No one's purchasing their cars because their cars are not exciting. Let's be honest. Like, look at the Sentra, Versa, Maxima. Like, yes, I do like some of their interiors, but when you look at its competitors, I mean, Camrys are not looking too bad. I'm just saying. So a lot of these cars out here that Nissan's bringing out is just not competitive on the market. They're just not. There's so much more technology out there, and Nissan, I still feel like, is slacking. Number two, let's talk about its aging structure. Look, the 370Z is still here. Why? Who is buying a new 370Z in 2019, 2020? Why are you purchasing a car that's pretty much new old? Doesn't make sense. You can go get a new old one for $5 to $10 grand off of freaking Craigslist when you go spend $20-something thousand, $30,000 on a 370Z. Doesn't make sense. I understand the purists out there like, well, you know, I understand why, but no, stop it. Stop it. But also look at the Nissan GTR. Yes, they kept on refreshing it over the last decade. They gave it more power. They gave it slightly better turbos. They changed up some of the software. But essentially, it's still a car from a decade ago, 10 years ago. It is aged. Yes, it's still a great car to drive. I do definitely love the GTR. And I think that the looks still are up here. Like, if they made a car, it's pretty much a fugly car. But they still modernize it a little bit. Like, come on, they finally have it with Android or Apple CarPlay or whatever the case might be, which is pretty cool, finally, but it took them that long. But moving forward, because all these people lost their jobs, right? And because of pretty much not making enough money, they're afraid of making this one call. Should they make the car full electric or two, a hybrid? Here's why I say this. If they make the car full electric, right, who's really going to buy it? Just hear me out. Look at the Porsche Taycan. That's supposed to compete against the Teslas, right? But that's a four-door electric car. But that's more to like an exotic car owner that want to have like pretty much exotic sports sedan. But it's not really a sports sedan because it's electric in a way. Just saying. But who's going to go and purchase a full electric sports car? Now, Nissan's been using the Nissan Leaf for quite a long time. And that's been their test mule too for the last 2-3 years. But at the end of the day, would that translate to having a fast outselling GTR sports car? I honestly don't think so, because there's something called tuning. Everybody want to get a car, but they want to make it faster. But when you buy a car that's already fast, you can't do nothing else with it, then what is it really? Just hear me out. Because the Nissan GTR became so popular not only because of Fast and Furious, but also that it was a great platform, and at the time when it came out, it competed with a lot of high-end cars that were also out there. So it was a best bang for its buck car that was ahead of its time. So Nissan wants to make another car that's still ahead of its time that can compete with, let's say, other cars in the market. Now, these cars I'm comparing to are not necessarily direct competitors, but I'm talking about track times. 1, GT500. 2, whatever they decide to bring out from the C8. 3, Challenger, Hellcat, and Charger. Like, these high-end cars, Porsche GT3, wow, there's just so much cars that I just sit there and think about, other Lamborghinis and high-end cars that they would want this car to compete against and pretty much beat in a quarter mile or around the track. So they need to make something that's going to be so innovative that we'll lose our mind. So that's why I believe that full electric isn't going to be it, because it's going to stink. I'm just hearing me out. It's gonna stink, and you're like, damn, I really can't do much with it. It's nice that they can buy a GTR that can probably get 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds and probably run 10-second quarter miles a day, but it stops there. And that's not what the motorhead is really looking for. Just hear me out. Motorheads are not looking for that. Yes, we like that gimmick of you quiet and takes off fast, but then stops there. And that's not the GTR lineage. Now, second, hybrid now. So the Q60 Black S, this is pretty much the concept. Been out for quite a while. Not out, but out for quite a while. And Infiniti been showing this car forever. Now, they may implement some of this technology into the Infiniti models. But here's the thing, Nissan Infiniti likes to do test mules. So this is another test mule for the technology, but this same technology could be implemented, guess what, in the GTR. Think about how dope that would be. For some of you guys who don't know about the Black S, pretty much break it down, bust it down like this. It's a twin turbo V6 3-liter. The motor's already out, right? And it's gonna have electric motors too. Now, what makes it so cool is it's regenerative. So you guys like, well, what does that mean? Like, how did it regenerate? Well, you have the traditional way of regenerative braking, but also you have a system that does this, which is pretty cool. The turbos also hooked up to, guess what, small little generators. These generators can actually recoup the energy. These turbos, when they spool it, are pretty much recouping the energy back into the generators, so it can save it into capacitors and or batteries, right? So you're like, okay, that's pretty cool. You get to save the electric back into the batteries. But here's the best part. When you press the gas now, guess what happens? These high discharge capacitors and or batteries get to discharge back to those generators and spool the turbos back up. And for you guys already know, that means zero turbo lag. That means instant acceleration. So that means that this car braking and giving gas will always be able to recoup energy and disperse it whenever you need it, which means instant amount of torque. Especially that's gonna have an electric motor too. So that is literally the next, I would believe, the branch that goes onto full electric cars. That is what most people should come from here to go to there. And that's what I'm actually looking forward to. If Nissan can design that in the GTR, it will be insane. Guys, I'm telling you, it will be insane, because look at other cars on the market. The Porsche 918. This car is well too expensive. But if they could put some of this technology in a GTR, wow, that's going to be the best bang for its buck. And I think people will definitely buy it, because guess what? One of the first things that you're going to have to do is the car is going to be amazing to drive, extremely fast. Probably is going to handle well, because they're going to do a great job at that. But also, guess what? It still has a traditional motor. Yes, so that means you can that allows you to, let's say, upgrade the turbos or turbines, or upgrade some of the time and make the car even faster to work with the electrical system. I know it might be really hard for some of the, experts out there, or tuners, or pretty much, keyboard warriors. But at the end of the day, you guys it'll be a car that can literally go to the next level of performance. So I think that would be a great idea. And finally, just to bring this all to a close, Nissan Infiniti, I think Nissan just really wants to get it right. They honestly really want to get it right, because this car is going to be their flagship car. And if they don't get it right, the company may go down. It may go down. I'm not saying Nissan GTRs is what keeps them afloat, because majority of their volume comes from the lot cheaper cars. But if they're not bringing attention to the brand, and they're not using some of this technology in some of the other cars, then no one really wants to purchase it. I'm just being honest. So otherwise than that, guys, tell me what you think. Comment below. Always hit the like button if you made it to this part. It helps my channel so much. It helps the algorithms. And also, please always watch all my videos to the end. It helps me out so much, even if you got me playing on the Bluetooth, guys. But otherwise than that, you can contact me at Boost Motion on Instagram and Facebook, and boostmotion@gmail.com. You guys have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Thank you, guys. You have a good day.